What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Thursday, February 28th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing point guards. Ben Simmons has scored 36, 52, and 39 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 43.2 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Ben Simmons is $8,400 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 49.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's almost 6 times value. There's no Joel Embiid. There's an implied total of 240 points in this game. This is a super high fast-paced game, super high total. I love Ben Simmons here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I believe he's just small forward eligible on FanDuel, but he is shooting guard eligible here on DraftKings. I like Bojan Bogdanovic from the Indiana Pacers playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, but they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Bojan Bogdanovic has scored 28, 33, and 31 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 26.6 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Bojan Bogdanovic is $5,400 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 28.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. Bojan's got a nice matchup here. There's an implied total of 221 points in this game. I like Bojan Bogdanovic versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Josh Richardson from the Miami Heat playing the Houston Rockets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Josh Richardson has scored 37, 29, and 29 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 31.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Josh Richardson is $5,700 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 31.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.58 times value. There's an implied total of 219.5 points in this game. This is a pretty good matchup in a fast-paced game, in a competitive game. I love Josh Richardson here versus the Houston Rockets. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's see who we have at the power forward position. I like Bam Adebayo for the Miami Heat playing the Houston Rockets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing power forwards. Bam Adebayo has scored 35, 33, and 10 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 21.7 fantasy points per game on the season and an average of 22 minutes per game with a 15% usage rate. Bam Adebayo is $4,000 DraftKings salary. He's $800 more on FanDuel, so I love that DraftKings price, but I don't mind him on FanDuel either. He's projected at 21 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. There's an implied total of 219.5 points in this game. Hassan Whiteside may be out again tonight. Even if he's not, I still like Bam Adebayo at his price. He's been playing more minutes. He's been super productive. So I love Bam Adebayo here tonight versus the Houston Rockets. Okay, so this next pick is super risky. He didn't work out at all yesterday, but you have to have a short memory in DFS. I like Draymond Green from the Golden State Warriors playing the Orlando Magic, who have the 7th best defense overall, and they're one of the best teams defending opposing power forwards. Draymond Green has scored 14, 46, and 12 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 31.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 13% usage rate. Draymond Green is $6,000 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, so I prefer that DraftKings price. He's projected at 33.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.6 times value. There's an implied total of 227 points in this game. And after a 14-point performance, Draymond Green burned everyone yesterday, so I expect his ownership to be super low. This is a back-to-back, but he only played 22 minutes last game. He got into early foul trouble and he couldn't stay out of it. He fouled out with 3 minutes left. He was starting to heat up in the 4th. Just an awful performance from Draymond Green last night. But one of the reasons that I like him is because he scored 41, 37, and 35 fantasy points in his last 3 games versus the Orlando Magic. So that's a really good player versus team average. With the low ownership and the high upside and the good price, I'm taking another chance on Draymond Green tonight versus the Orlando Magic. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.